Some workers at the Ghana Dock Company Limited at the Tema Port refused to work Tuesday morning in protest for what they describe as appalling conditions of service.
The Irish workers who picketed on the company's premises initially prevented their managing director from entering his office.
The workers of the Ghana Dock Company Limited came to work today. They had an agenda not to do any work today. And that's exactly what is happening. It's late afternoon, but these workers will still not go to work. Basic issues they are raising about their salaries and then the payment of their provident funds. The workers are also alleging that management of this facility have not paid their state contributions for a period spanning 7 months. Let's go in there and have interaction with some of them. Let's find out exactly what the main issues are. Chief, what's your name?
I'm Tahir Asogba.
Tahir Asogba. Tell me,
Tahir Asogba, yeah.
What exactly is the issue?
The issue is about our cheating by the management of our PF and then Social Security funds and the petty funds that they've not been paying to us. That they've been deducting from our salaries. It's not even a salary, that from our cashier monies. Yes, that is a cashier payment. And then they're supposed to return those monies to us. Every 2 years, we have to receive our providence funds. And then the Social Security, every month, the number of work that you work, they have to supposed to send it to the Senate office. It's not going. About a year or 2 years now, people have went for their Senate statement. And there's nothing on it that they've been paid, nothing. And then at the end of last year, they're supposed to give us a bonus. They've paid for only 10 months. And I don't even see a bonus in this country that will be paying by monthly. If you are working as a worker, if the year ends, if whatever they have for you, if it is 1 million, they're supposed to give you. But they give you 800, they say left with 200. That by January they will pay. Still, that money is not yet paid, which is very, very bad. And it's disturbing us. If like the work is regular self, you can go every day and get your salary. When you work today, it takes you about 3 days again to go to work. How can you survive with your family with 30 cities? Imagine. We have children going to school. Yes. And a lot of us are homeless now. But our wives have run away from us. Our children are home without going to school.
And the management of the company eventually met the workers, after which they seem to have agreed to call off the action.
The executive director of the company, Michael Boafo, addressed the workers, assuring them their concerns over their SNIT's contributions and Provident Fund would be addressed.
We just finished a meeting with your union leaders and the other leaders, and we have agreed on 4 things. It has to do with the payment of the bonus, the PF, the Tier 2, and the SNIT. What we have agreed is that going forward, by the 2nd week in February, the 2 months bonus will be paid. By end of February, all the arrears that the company owes the PF account will go into the PF account. You know, the PF is normally paid starting end of March to the 1st week of April. So we'll make sure everything is paid into the account by end of February. Then going into March, you have your statement of account, you check, then we start disbursing the PF from the end of March to the 1st week of April. With regards to the Tier 2 and SNIT, we have agreed that the officer who went on leave has resumed. We are giving him a month and a half to reconcile with the Tier 2 people, the Stallion company, and then SNIT as well, so that we make effort to pay all the arrears that the company has. That is what I have to tell you today.
The Special Investigative Committee chaired by Honorable Joe Gante is expected to establish if First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Owusu, took money from the Energy Minister, Boakye Jako, and gave it subsequently to the Minority Chief Whip, Alhaji Mubarak Mohammed Muntanka.
The committee is also expected to conduct an internal inquiry to find out whether there were attempts to bribe members of the appointment committee and also look into the remits of complaints and assertions made by the first Deputy Speaker about the matter. But what was the genesis of this entire episode? We'll bring you a recap in the following report.
It all started on Friday, the 27th day of January 2017, when the MP for Boku Central raised the allegation when he appeared on an Accra-based radio station, Radio Gold, naming the Minority Chief Whip of Parliament and MP for Asawase, Mohammed Buntaka, as being the conduit of the bribe money.
We had a meeting, and during the meeting, we raised the issue with our Chief Whip, asking what was the source of the money. Because we raised the issue with him yesterday, some of us raised the issue with him yesterday, and he said he was going to check from the chairman, because he had also assumed that it was the certain allowance that he had given him to give to us. So we raised the issue this morning again, and he said he had met with the chairman, and the chairman had said that it was from Wachi Ajaku, who is a nominee, whereupon we as a minority said, no, we're not interested in his money. He should take the money and then return it.
However, on Saturday, the 28th of January 2017, the MP for Asawase swore by Allah, denying giving money to Muhammad Ayariga.
I'm a Muslim, and Ayariga is a Muslim. I'm swearing by the Allah that has created he and I never give Ayariga anything, and I said it was coming from Osewusu. I never said, and Osewusu has never discussed any money issue with me. He has never given me any money to give to Ayariga. I have never given Ayariga or anybody any money saying that it was coming from the chairman. And that's all that I will say, because we are in the leadership, and I think that the leadership will have to take this thing up seriously. I don't know where Ayariga is having this information that is supporting and saying all these things. We had several meetings before we started. We ourselves had agreed in principle that we're not going to take a dime from anybody.
The Appointments Committee Chairman, Joe Osewusu, who Mr. Ayariga claimed gave out the money, also denied same.
I, Joseph Osewusu, MP for Bekwai, First Deputy Speaker, and Chairman of the Appointments Committee, have never discussed, requested, demanded, nor received money of whatever quantum for myself or committee members from Mr. Boche Jaku or any other person for that matter. Neither have I discussed, offered, or given any money to Honorable Muntaka Mubarak for himself or for the members of the minority on the Appointments Committee.
The alleged bribe giver, the Energy Minister, has also since denied it and indicated he is contemplating seeking legal redress.
I have not offered any money or gone to anybody to offer any money to members of parliament or whatever to make a decision in my favor. It is totally false, and I take umbrage to that. And at the appropriate time, I will deal with that matter in a legal forum.
So until the 5-member committee is able to come out with its findings, the public can only guess who is telling the truth and who is lying.
And it's an ongoing issue, and now we know an investigative committee has been put together by the Speaker. Let's look at this. The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has repeated his criticism of the John Mahama-led administration's abuse of sole sourcing in the procurement of government projects and contracts.
Addressing a forum on Tuesday on good corporate governance, he cited the cost of constructing what would become his official residence by the previous administration, asserting that it would have cost a lot less than $13.9 million quoted if it had been subjected to competitive tendering.
Can you believe in Ghana we're building a house to house our vice president, and this house is supposed to cost $13.9 million. $13.9 million. I mean, what sort of a house is this supposed to be? I mean, is the gate made of gold, the pavement of gold, the blocks of gold? A house in Ghana for $13.9 million. I couldn't believe it. How many boreholes could we have done? But yes, this, of course, I'm 100% sure it didn't go through competitive tender. Otherwise, we would have known about it. It was most likely sole sourced. And there it stands, uncompleted at the moment. But this is just an example of many, many, many contracts that we don't have value for money for.
Lands Minister designate John Peter Amewu on Tuesday found himself pinned to the wall when minority members of the appointment committee demanded an apology over a post-election interview he granted, suggesting he had interacted with former President John Rawlings after the NPP's election win, and also discussed the role he played in enabling the improved fortunes of the NPP in the Volta region, where he was or is a regional chairman.
Mr. Rawlings had subsequently issued a statement condemning Mr. Amewu, accusing him of falsehood, and demanded an apology. Mr. Amewu at the time declined comments when contacted by Joy News, but on Tuesday, when he appeared before the appointment committee, Mr. Amewu indicated he had begun processes to apologize to the former presidents.
You are reported to have indicated somewhere that you called former President Rawlings in the course of the campaign. Is it true?
Mr. Chairman, not called. I think I've been misquoted, and I just want to leave it at that.
Do you regret what was attributed to you?
Mr. Chairman, because of the way the word called him or he called, that was not the statement I made.
Which one was attributed to you? At least something related to him was attributed to you. What was it?
What was attributed was that he did call. I never said he called me, Mr. Chairman.
Do you regret it?
Mr. Chairman, I want to leave it at that.
No. Do you know he's a person of high standing, and once his name is mentioned, we should say things about him that are true and things about him that we know. It will not be fair to his person and his standing that he would be associated in activities. He's a founder of our great party, the NDC, and therefore, when you associate those comments with him, you may be lowering his standing in the eyes of many people. Do you share that?
Mr. Chairman, I take measures to apologize to him.
Okay, so the apology now rendered.
No.
Or start off
take steps.
Rendering of an apology.
No, but I think I missed, what I wanted to hear was, so did you speak to him or not? What happened? Why did his name come up?
You wanted the interview to
I wish they can call him
to
again.
be a journalist inquiry.
No, not really. I mean, his name came up, so...
We'll see how that goes. But just in case maybe you experience the rains, you want to tell us what your experiences are, please share with us your stories on our Facebook page. Join News on TV. I keep saying myjoyonline.com.
Maybe we can just borrow myjoyonline.com as our Facebook page. That's it for the AM News. Stay with us. We have the newspapers. We'll visit a few of the online portals. And then there's a very heartbreaking story, unfortunately, that we have to share with you this morning as a community. We'll tell you more about it when we settle down for the newspapers.
Yes, and it's all up next. We'll be looking at the stories in there, and then we'll do some soft copies as well. myjoyonline.com, City FM, and the Africa page of the BBC. All next.